Hello, YouTube. The doctor is in. I realize it's been a while since I recorded a video, so I thought it's time to get back into the swing of things. At least, I'll try. We'll see how frequently I manage to make it happen. First, I want to talk a little bit about where I've been since the last time I recorded. I was working on National Novel Writing Month, and I was moving along pretty well. I managed to win, and it took me 3 weeks, so I finished on the 21st, as you can see on the screen. I was pretty happy with that. I took a few days off, and around December 1st, I started editing and revising. So what you see now is the cover. This is the final cover of Frogs of War. This is a story collection, all original, action-packed, fantasy, science fiction, military science fiction, military fantasy, sword and sorcery, whatever you want, this book's going to have it. This is really a fun project. I worked really hard. It may not seem like it because I finished in 3 weeks, and then it took 19 days to edit, so 40 days to get all this put together. I'm really proud of this, though, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. I want you to take a look just for a minute at how awesome this cover art is. This is cover art by Narwhal. He did the cover art for Cats of War, my first book. I really love what he did here. It's simple, but it really conveys the feel of what I want everyone to see. There are 4 stories in this. The first story is called Caged. This is something of a sequel to the first story in Cats of War, which was called Here Kitty Kitty. It involves one of the characters from that story, but instead of being a group of cat people hunting a human infestation on one of their worlds, it's about a group of frog people trying to get rid of a human infestation on one of their worlds, but this time they have someone who has experience with these particular primates, and that is one of the characters from the first story. If you've read it, you'll know which character it is. If you haven't, well, you can find out either by reading Cats of War or by reading Caged. The second story is called A Swamp Fox is Born. This is an alternate Earth where humans never existed. In fact, no primates of any kind existed. No gorillas, no monkeys, no apes of any kind. And instead of primates, various carnivores and omnivores have become different species of men. This particular story, it's about the Revolutionary War hero named Francis Marion. In our reality, he was known as the Swamp Fox. What I did is, in this story, you'll figure out how he came to have that name on this alternate Earth without humans. This is in the same world as I Am Spartacus from the first book I put out, Cats of War. So it's not really a sequel. It's just set in the same alternate Earth. And since, obviously, this is called Frogs of War, you can kind of figure out who it might be in the swamp that helps him become the Swamp Fox. The third story is called A Frog Amongst Otters. This is a Vietnam War story. It's about a rescue mission in North Vietnam to recover an American pilot who has been shot down and other POWs that are believed to be held in a camp near Hanoi. Instead of seals, which may exist in this world, I haven't decided, this is the same alternate Earth as A Swamp Fox is Born, in which there are no humans. So instead of having SEAL special operators, there are otter teams. And in this case, because of the particular environment they're going into, a frog is assigned to go with them. And what happens on this rescue mission is just one chaotic circumstance after another. The otters don't like having a frog because the frog is from the army. And the otter team is called a raft. So if you know that the collective plural for otters is raft, the collective plural for frog is army. So that was a little bit of inspiration as far as how I went about organizing the characters on that particular story. I'm really proud of that one. That one's probably my favorite in this collection. The fourth story is actually a novella. It's called The Swamp Beast. This is set in the Warpiper universe, and this deals with the main character of The Last Warpiper, my novel, which came out a few months ago. In this case, our main character is serving a dragon to pay off a debt, and the dragon has been requested to help the frog people in the Great Swamp eliminate a giant beast that is beyond their ability to get rid of from their territory. The dragon, however, is unable to leave his cave at this particular time, so he sends the Warpiper in his place, or rather it sends the Warpiper in its place. And what follows is the Warpiper has to work with the soldiers of the frog people to try to defeat a beast like none that they have seen before. If you are up on your paleontology, hopefully the description will be noticeable and recognizable enough for you to understand that this is a dinosaur that they're fighting, and it's colossal. It's far beyond their ability to defeat simply. They have to be very clever. But of course, there are other complications. The Warpiper is not very popular among certain populations, and while he is trying to discharge his duties, some of these hostile individuals target him to settle their own scores. So he has that to deal with at the same time as trying to discharge his service to the dragon. So that's a novella. That's The Swamp Beast. The other three stories are all novelettes. The total word count for this book is just over 50,000 words. So it's more than novel length. So I've got it on pre-order for Amazon right now. For the Kindle version, $2.99. That price will go up after it's released to $3.99. The paperback may be slightly delayed because they haven't shipped my proof copy yet. I believe that's because of the holiday season. So I won't be able to have it for sale at the same time. Before I put it for sale, I want to make sure that I have a good transfer of the art for the cover image. I want to make sure that with the gloss cover it's not too dark, which happened for the original cover of The Last Warpiper. When I got the proof, it was too dark and it delayed things by about a week. I want to make sure that this is as good a product as can be for those who want the hard copy. So please bear with me. It'll probably be next week sometime. I believe the shipping date that they expect me to get it is now January 3rd, so it may actually be beyond next week by the time I actually get it and can examine it and make sure it's good and then approve it for sale. After you approve it for sale, there's still another delay of up to about 3 days. Hopefully everything will be sorted out quickly and there won't be any more issues in that regard. So for the short period, there's only going to be the Kindle version, and the paperback will follow later, and I hope you'll check it out. In the meantime, I will try to make more videos with a little more frequency. We'll see how that works out. It obviously didn't work out when I was working on the NaNoWriMo project. Well, we'll see if I can manage a little more diligence this time around. Thanks a lot, and have a great day. The Doctor is out.